You see that? That means no good. What is going on today? Another great, wonderful day to be alive here. So Monday after work, it looks like it is about to rain any second now. It is just humid, it's sticky, it's nasty. But before we get started inside today, a little maintenance on what you would call the daily driver. I don't know, I did a video about this a little while ago, but I beat around from day to day in a Ford Ranger here. 3 liters of raw power, but we got to get the oil changed in her. She's been a little overdue, so we're going to change the oil and change the fuel filter in it. But I am not going to bore you with that. We are not videoing that. Some of you guys may want to see that, but just an oil change, no big deal. Oil filter, fuel filter. Luckily, it's got one of these awesome quick disconnect style fuel filters, which takes all of about 2 seconds. So we're gonna get that done. Last thing that I'm gonna say about the Ranger, I promise, I swear, it always seems like there's a lot of questions about wheels and tire setups on different vehicles, so I'm just gonna go over that real quick with this one. This Ranger is actually 2-wheel drive, 31 1050 on a 15 by 10 inch wheel. It does look kind of low in the front. It does not rub. So, if you were wondering. Alrighty, and that is it. 4.5 quarts later, she's done. Alrighty, so before we get what we're getting to here a little bit, I just want to show you guys a video Jesse sent me. If you guys know, I'm sure everybody has one of these buddies, someone who sits on their phone and watches these videos and then just sends them to all their buddies, and you're just like, this is funny, dumb, whatever it may be, but like, I can just picture, what's funny is me picturing Jesse watching this, laughing, and then him like, I'm gonna send this to Greg. All right, let me show you the video. All right, so got to give credit for WD DIY. Just mounted my Karcher patio scrubber upside down on an office chair base. Makes cleaning underneath the truck, I'm sure it means, a breeze. Oh, credit ZD Warriors. Jesse has a slight obsession with power washing things clean, which you wouldn't know about because he really didn't power wash my driveway or the first gen yet, which he's going to do. I'm going to hold him to that. He said he would, but I thought it was funny. It was worth sharing. I could see Jesse sitting at his office chair like, but anyway, speaking of Jesse, he actually did just order a bunch of parts, about $5,000 worth. So upcoming in the next couple episodes when he's back here, we'll go over exactly what he ordered for his build. If you've been following along, I'm sure you can take a pretty educated guess, but his truck is about to get a whole lot more serious, that is for sure. So I can already hear Johnny Senda in the background shaking his head, laughing at me. But I did just spend the last little bit of time here smoothing out the casting on the HE351, seeing that the turbo housing is going to be clocked a little bit different way, and we're not using the wastegate brackets, which were basically kind of just like this. I went ahead and smoothed those out, that way when it's on the truck sitting at you kind of like this, they're not staring at you right in the face. So it's a little humid today, we're not going to really paint that up, but it is prepped pretty much smooth, ready to go. That way it looks a little bit better anyway when we get some paint on it. So do away with those. Alrighty guys, so seeing that it hasn't rained, it still looks like it might, but trying to get some more work done on the first gen. I was actually seeing that we cleaned up the turbo. I was just kind of on the turbo roll, cleaned up the oil feed, the exhaust manifold. I'm going to try and get the new studs in there. I also took out the factory drain. Factory drain is basically a hole in the block right below your oil filter housing. That's where the turbo drain runs into. On the newer trucks, when I mean newer, I mean like maybe 24 valve and up, they actually come with a second drain hole towards the back. The older trucks just have the one right next to the motor mount here. So I got that out. It is not the easiest thing in the world to get out. what I ended up doing was, or actually, let me show you that piece here. So this little elbow is actually just press fit right into the side of the block. It's in there pretty good. Basically kind of sticks up just like this when it goes down in the block. What I ended up doing was, you know, taking a brass punch, and what you got to be careful of is obviously that goes right into your oil pan. So you chip something off, you break something, that's going right into your oil pan. That is not a good day. So what I ended up doing was trying to take this brass punch, wiggle it back and forth. There's not a whole lot of room back there, but wiggle it back and forth until you can kind of start getting it moving. And then take your big old lock jaws here and basically try and grab it around it. Try and twist it while trying to push up, and it eventually will come. It did take me a decent amount of time. The whole reason I'm taking this off is because I'm just not a fan of the two-piece design. It's got a hard pipe up here, 2 hose clamps. I don't know. I'm just Greg's OCD. That bothers Greg's OCD. So what we're going to use instead is this factory Cummins extended drain, which will work well. This still press right into the bottom of the block. If it would ever focus, there you go. With some O-rings, we'll push that baby right in, and that will go right up to the HE351, all one piece. Makes Greg feel a little bit better. And I had it laying around in the basement, so why not add more work, huh? Makes sense, right? So that's what we're gonna be putting in. We're gonna try to continue here with the turbo installation. All right, so got the studs in. Basically, these just screw in. Skinny end in first. Here, I'll show you one. Just like that. You can kind of see the one end is shorter. Basically goes up just like that. I'm actually stealing these from Jesse's truck, seeing that he got a manifold, a fleece kit, another thing that they all came with it, so we got some extras. And they're all actually the same. You can see the flex pipe slid down in there. I basically just got to kind of route it up, bend it kind of right up in this direction, but you can see there's plenty of length for that. So we'll do that once the center section is in, kind of see where everything's sitting. But I went to go put this on and I totally forgot that I need to drill out those threads. So that's what we're gonna do now. So we got the exhaust manifold all bolted up, no problem there. Everything crushed, super tight. The clamp that I had to get for the center section, I will show you now. This is the old clamp that broke, which connects the exhaust housing to the center section. Here is the new one. But hey, look what's missing. A nut. I was able to find one, but it's not really up to snuff. It's actually a 5mm thread. So that is going to halt progress because I don't want to put this little tiny guy on there. There's not really any point to if I don't have to tonight. I will tell you though, these thread checkers are a complete lifesaver. They have saved me so many times trying to go to the hardware store, find what the right thread is. You can just do it right here. I figured out what that thread pitch on that other one was. I know exactly what I'm looking for when I go in. These things really aren't that expensive. These are like in my top 5. If you're going to be doing a lot of projects that you need to kind of like know, these are by far worth their weight in gold. Of course, to find that 5mm bolt, I had to search through my complete mess here once again, so we're going to clean that up. Alrighty guys, I apologize for the lack of footage here. We've been on a little bit of a roll. It is half past a freckle here, and we are getting it done. This is just kind of an update, but what we got going on here is we got some new sway bar bushings, got the strut rods all tightened up, new bushings. What we're working on now, and it's kind of hard to see, is where the sway bar ties into the strut rod here. Got the top, it's all loose, but what happened here is somewhere along the line somebody thought this might be a good idea to cut this down, and there's supposed to be quite a bit more threads. So now what happens is by the time you stack 2 of these on top of each other, there's not enough threads. So in true Johnny Send It fashion here, what we did here, and he would be proud, we're doing the old mini stack. And you might wonder if this is really happening, but I can assure you it definitely is. So here's what it looks like, and it literally just has enough threads before it bottoms out. So that is what we are going to do. We will probably have to source maybe some new brackets, but that is the best that we are going to get with what we have available right now. And I swear this truck is going to get done. So that's what we got going on. We are going to finish the front suspension up here tonight, whether I'm out here all night or not. I just really got to tie that side up, get the other side done, and then we will catch up with you guys. I know you can't see anything, currently about 9:30-ish, but we did complete the front suspension. You can see I got the bushings all tight there, the mini stack all short and tight. Got the sway bar bushings. I already told you those were all tight. The other side's good to go as well. I will say this, and I don't know if anybody that owns a two-wheel drive first gen has run into this. I looked on, what is that? Rock Auto. I looked on Rock Auto. I crossed the part numbers. I know that these are right. The factory piece here is just messed up. But the bushings that they gave me for the strut rod to sway bar were completely wrong, and I looked up everybody's part numbers, and that's what they said it called for, and it definitely was not right. The sway bar to frame bushings also weren't like extremely awesome either, and I cross-referenced those a couple times, and that's what I came up with. But not really happy with the sway bar bushings, fitment, everything else. I mean, the strut rod bushings were good to go, but everything else, the part numbers just didn't fit well. Some weren't even right. I mean, I actually reused the bushings on that one because the ones that they gave me weren't even the correct, rod diameter. So I know I have the front axle. I know I have everything plugged in correctly, but I'm just not sure what is going on there. But anyway, we did complete that. Pretty much wraps up, besides an alignment, pretty much wraps up the front suspension, which I am super pumped about, but time to clean up the mess here. Here's the sketchy aftermath of cutting the sway bar bushings in half. Alrighty guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap up tonight's video. Progress on the first gen, every night getting closer and closer to that thing being done on the road. I'm getting super pumped about it. I just wanna drive the damn thing. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am going inside to eat dinner, shower. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.